is an extremely useful tool for national governments, development banks, and international community at large, in support of the country's efforts aimed at resilient reconstructions along the principles of the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction 2030. Moreover, digital transformation and emerging technologies are fundamentally reshaping disaster prevention and response capabilities. As the Technical Secretariat of the Digital Agenda for Latin America and the Caribbean, ELAC, ECLAC has been supporting the region to strengthen digital capacities for resilience. Artificial intelligence, satellite imagery analysis, and advanced early warning systems now enable more accurate prediction models and faster emergency response coordination. These technologies align perfectly with the priorities established by member states through ELAC, particularly regarding the development of robust digital infrastructure and the responsible adoption of AI for public benefit. We are currently working on the 4th edition of the DALA Handbook, which incorporates an intensive use of geographic information systems, the inclusion of new sectors, including telecommunications, and an expansion of the section on environmental impacts. This update reflects our commitment to leveraging digital tools and data-driven approaches that are central to the digital transformation agenda the Latin American Caribbean region has committed to through ELAC. This is why when the embassy proposed to take advantage of the visit to Santiago of the high-level delegation from the Ministry of Interior and Communication to organize a presentation to share Japan's experience on ways to strengthen the application of ICTs for disaster prevention in Latin America and the Caribbean, we immediately agreed to it. I would like to close by offering all our expertise, experience, and strong linkages with the networks throughout the region of national institutions in both sectors, disaster prevention, management, and impact assessment, and in the digital agenda, to contribute and to jointly explore the possibilities of future cooperation between Japan and our region in this area. In our capacity as Technical Secretariat of ELAC, we stand ready to facilitate knowledge exchange and interregional collaboration on integrating advanced ICTs and AI solutions into disaster risk reduction strategies. Strengthening our cooperation would be the best way to sell this. I thank you.
Now, we would like to invite to deliver his remarks to the Ambassador of Japan to Chile, Mr. Sone Kenko.
Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us today out of your busy schedule. First, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the Secretariat of ECLAC for its enormous support in making this seminar possible. And I also like to extend my appreciation to all the disaster prevention stakeholders from Chile, as well as to participants from Latin American and Caribbean countries and from extra-regional member states. At the outset, I'd like to express my deepest condolences and sympathies to all those affected by the recent large-scale wildfires in the Biobío, Ñuble, and the Araucanía regions. I hope for the swift recovery and reconstruction for the damaged areas. This seminar has been organized on the visit of the official of the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, MIC of Japan, to Chile, through the collaboration with ECLAC. As disaster risk continues to rise, it is highly meaningful to have the opportunity to exchange experiences regarding disaster prevention utilizing ICT for strengthening the cooperation, not only with Chile, but also with partners across Latin America and Caribbean. Japan and Chile are both located along the Pacific Ring of Fire, among the most seismically active countries in the world. As nations sharing common threats from natural disasters such as earthquakes, tsunami, and volcanic eruptions, Our two countries have built a strong and long-standing cooperative relations. In 2015, Japan and Chile jointly launched the Kizuna project, aiming at human resource development in disaster prevention across Latin America and Caribbean. Through this initiative, we have trained more than 5,000 professionals from 27 countries in the region, contributing significantly to the strengthening of the regional disaster prevention capabilities. This cooperation has grown into a strong bond, not only between Japan and Chile, but within the entire Latin America and Caribbean region. Today's seminar will further support collective reflection on disaster prevention in Chile and throughout the region. In recent years, partly due to the impact of the climate change, disasters are becoming increasingly complex and wide-ranging. Addressing these challenges requires strong international cooperation beyond national borders. By combining the diverse knowledge of Latin American Caribbeans with the Japanese expertise and technologies, we can build more resilient and sustainable disaster prevention system. During today's seminar, Mr. Irie from MIC will present Japan's initiative in the field of disaster prevention utilizing ICT. In addition, Japanese private sector representatives will share concrete technologies and practical experiences related to ITC. Effective disaster response depends on the speed that we can detect the disasters and take initial actions. Over the years, Japan has developed technologies emphasizing on accuracy and immediacy in the detection, analysis, and information sharing. We hope that today's seminar will make you better understand Japan's related technologies. Cooperation in disaster prevention is one of the most important pillars of the friendly relations between Japan, Chile, and the Latin American Caribbean region. I hope that today's seminar will inspire new discussions, further cooperation, and eventually will help to strengthen disaster prevention and mitigation capabilities in the region. Once again, thank you very much for joining here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. Now we would like to give the floor to Mr. Akifumi Iri, Deputy Director General for International Economic Affairs of the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications of Japan, who will give us the presentation titled Japan's ICT Initiatives for Disaster Risk Management.
Good morning. My name is Akifumi Irie. It's very honored to be here. I'm from the MIC, Internal Affairs and Communications. I'm in charge of international strategy. So today I'd like to introduce our ICT initiatives for disaster risk management. First, in Japan, multiple ministries and agencies are responsible for disaster prevention and mitigation measures. My ministry, as a government organization overseeing ICT policies, is collaborating with Japanese ICT companies to support their overseas business, including disaster prevention ICT systems. Today, I'd like to briefly introduce the overall landscape of Japan's ICT initiatives for disaster risk management before Japanese companies' presentations today. So first, I'd like to touch on the background of ICT for disaster risk management in Japan. This quote by Charles Darwin is in response to the earthquake that struck Chile at that time. This quote always reminds me Japanese anime story. When I was a child, I remember very well about the anime. In this anime, there was a story where an evil organization developed a device capable of freely triggering earthquakes worldwide, aiming for global domination. Japan and Chile, located along the Pacific Ring of Fire, are countries burdened with seismic risk. No need for villains to cause troubles. So we need to take action for disaster management. So I think many people remember the picture, may remember the picture. Actually, we have a big earthquake in 2011, but not limited to the earthquake. So Japan faces frequent and diverse disaster risks. So as you can see, not only earthquakes, but the tsunami, heavy rains, volcanic eruptions. So ICTs for disaster risk management in Japan is designed as critical national infrastructure for tackling with these troubles, disasters. So I would like to explain not first, but when I was, I think, high school student in Japan, we had the Great Hanshin Awaji earthquake. So the 1995 Great Hanshin Awaji earthquake marked a major turning point in the development of Japan's ICT initiatives. This disaster, caused by a sudden direct hit earthquake, resulted in extensive damage. It highlighted that critical issue of insufficient and delayed information delivery to residents. This experience led to the recognition that not only accurate information, but also information delivered as quickly as possible can mean the difference between the life and death. Subsequently, development of information transmission systems prioritizing immediacy accelerated at that time. So in the 2011, we have Great East Japan earthquake. So I think beyond simply issuing alerts, it is essential to focus on we learned from this big earthquake, how quickly critical warning can reach everyone and how people respond and act upon the information they receive. So actually, when I was already, I worked for the ministry, but not work for the Ministry of Telecommunication. I worked for the Ministry of Finance. So I was in public finance. I was in charge of public finance. So one of my role was how to helping Japanese companies located in this area. So they had a lot of damages of their factories or bad rumors. So it has so some troubles about nuclear generators. So how to save bad rumors for the companies. So using the public finance, I discussed with my colleagues how to get recovery from the region. So this is not short term. We didn't have a short term solution, but we had to think about how we should support them for a long period. So this earthquake gave us a lot of lessons. So how to tackle with disasters. So earthquakes again. So in 2024, we had the Noto Peninsula earthquake. I'd like to touch on this major earthquake because in 2024, this earthquake struck the Noto Peninsula. So you can see the place. Big earthquake again. So the peninsula's central area it has a very special landscape. So the peninsula's central area is mountainous. So and many roads along the coast collapsed due to the landslides. So making repairs to mobile phone base stations extremely difficult. So I was dispatched by the MIC to the local government responsible for the Noto Peninsula, Ishikawa Prefecture. So I learned a lot. So how to communicate with local government officials and communicate with mobile operators, and of course communicate with people who ran away from their broken houses. So I had a lot of experience about disaster management. So let me introduce my experience a bit. So I served as a liaison connecting the prefectural government, mobile carriers, and MIC. So I was a liaison. I coordinated with mobile carriers to determine which mobile base stations to restore and failed to provide free mobile phones and tablets, facilitating the disaster relief for affected residents through the prefectural local government. So furthermore, with only a limited number of roads restored, so dispatching medical teams to evacuation centers proved extremely challenging. So later, I'd like to introduce a Japanese company dealing with remote medical services. I think this company already providing services in Latin America regions, but remote medical services were extremely important at that time. So based on these experiences, I'd like to explain the overview of Japan's ICT for disaster risk management. So basically, we have the several systems for tackling disasters. Japan has operated high precision earthquake early warning system since 2006. So let me explain first about this system. The earthquake early warning system detects the initial weak tremors known as P waves, predicts epicenter location and seismic intensity at various locations, and issue alerts. The time gained between the issuance of earthquake early warning and the arrival of main shock ranges from the several seconds to over 10 seconds. This interval enables actions such as stopping trains, controlling elevators, extinguishing fires, or taking cover under desks, thereby reducing damage. So some people say, oh, Mr. Elie, so our residents are living on the coast, so we don't need early warning system because our residents don't have time to run away. So even receiving warning. But I'd like to emphasize that this warning system is not only for residents, but also for industry, because they can stop operating, so train, transport systems, or maybe at the big hospitals. Some people might have a big surgery, but during shaking, it's very dangerous to operate. So in that sense, I think early warning system can be helpful for. So actually, I put some explanations about the use cases for damage reduction, but I'd like to focus on so this system is not only for resident damaged, but also industry. So second, I'd like to introduce a multi-channel emergency alert system. So a bit, so it's difficult. It's a bit difficult to understand. It's very, and it's not complex. But in Japan, a system has been established to instantly transmit various emergency information requiring immediate action beyond earthquakes from the national government residents. So various warnings issued by Japan Meteorological Agency, not part of the MIC, but we collaborate. So we are the same government organization, but it's JMA, so Japan Meteorological Agency, leads the public through multiple communication channels. Broadcast alerts to mobile phones using mobile networks. Second, information dissemination via television and radio. Third, announcements through outdoor speakers connected to the disaster prevention administrative radio system. So this is useful for rural areas. So for example, the regions, if the regions do not have a good internet connections, I think it's speakers. So my grandparents are living in a rural area in Japan. So sometimes they had a bad connection of internet. So in that case, through the speakers, they can get useful information. Actually, several years ago, my grandparents experienced floods near their house. So speaker's announcement was very helpful for my grandparents to evacuate. So anyway, so announcements through radio outdoor speakers, which functioned even during power outage, of course, or communication failures. So speakers can be helpful. It's not modern technology, but I'd like to emphasize we need to have multi routes for transmitting communication. So not only a fancy, mobile network, not only that, but also the broadcasting system or speakers. And sometimes we can, nowadays we can use satellite communication. So like Starlink or other satellite technology. So all of these should be automatically transmit, not manually. This mechanism ensures information is delivered instantly, widely, and reliably. I think this transmission should have such kind of features, but we need the multiple solutions for transmitting alerts. So finally, I'd like to introduce initiatives for telemedicine during disasters. I don't know how to pronounce, but ALM operates a telemedicine service called Joint Mobile Clinic. So this company, ALM, is a Japanese company, and they do business in Latin America regions. So let me explain briefly their services. So using the Join Mobile Clinic package, so the name of their services, the Join Mobile Clinic package, which stores various portable medical devices in a suitcase. Diagnostic data can be shared with specialists in urban areas. So leveraging this feature that enables simple clinic operations anywhere, the service contributes not only to provide telemedicine in medically unserved areas during, for example, areas, but also to realizing telemedicine during disasters. So during peacetime, you can use this kind of remote telemedicine services. But so as I told you about Noto Peninsula disaster, so remote medical services was extremely helpful for people who evacuated from their houses. So armed service has been utilizing during disasters in Japan and Myanmar, as well as during the conflict in Ukraine. It also provides telemedicine support in medically unserved areas, as I said, but in Chile and Brazil already they provide telemedicine support. They have plans to expand operations further. Last but not least, within the international community, establishing warning system is recognized as a critical challenge for minimizing disaster damages. The United Nations, so thank you for inviting me here. United Nations is promoting the initiative called Early Warnings for All, aiming to ensure everyone can receive disaster information promptly by 2027. Systems that provide advance warning to promote prompt safety actions are described as highly cost-effective measures, yielding approximately tenfold returns on investment by saving lives and reducing economic losses. My ministry aims to realize a disaster-resilient international society by supporting the overseas deployment of Japan's high-quality disaster prevention ICT systems in collaboration with Japanese companies. We hope the companies introduced later today will be of assistance to you. I also wish to study the outstanding disaster risk management practices of other countries. As you may notice during my presentation, there are no one-fits-all countermeasures. We believe it is necessary to combine various tools according to the specific circumstances of each country and location. We hope that through various forums such as CEPAL, we can exchange best practices with one another. Ms. Sandra-san emphasized at the beginning of this meeting, so resiliency, I think the key word for all of us. So establishing resiliency, Japan is not enough. We need exchanging best practices because, as I said, so for example, Chile and Japan in the same area, which have a lot of earthquakes or something, but due to the difference of landscapes, so urban area and local areas, we don't have one-fits-all countermeasures. So exchanging best practices is crucial for us. So again, we should exchange best practices with one another about how to tackle with disaster management. That's all my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Now we would like to move on to two online presentations. And first, we will give the floor and introduce to Mr. Toeda Tatiko from the NIC company.
Buenos días. ¿Se escucha la voz? ¿Sí?
Se escucha así.
Muchas gracias por invitarme a hacer la presentación hoy día y gracias por la presentación en español. Bueno, para mí, puedo hacer la presentación en español. Muy poco de inglés. Y disculpa por no poder. Parece que mi computador tiene un problema técnico. no para, sí, para próxima ocasión. Bueno, y dejando el preámbulo de lado, empiezo presentación. Mi nombre no es estático, bueno, fácil de cortar para los hispanos. Yo una compañía que se llama NEC Corporación y NEC es una de las compañías más y de más de 120 años de antigüedad. El fundador cuando joven estaba trabajando con Edison. Así nació nuestro. Siguiente, por favor. Parece que toda acá va a cambiar la pantalla. Puede pasar este pero la sigue igual. No sé si está escuchando.
Del fondo del océano, del espacio exterior っていうスライドが映ってますけど、
Escucha. Buenos días. ¿Se escucha? A ver, parece pero me está enviando pantalla, ustedes mirando, y el problema, lo que es, bueno, nosotros tenemos las tecnologías, pero me gustaría hablar sobre la tecnología de alerta del sistema. ¿Cede, por favor? Y tenemos varios cruzales y, bueno, siguiente, por favor. Quizá, disculpa, bueno, sigo hablando. Como ha mencionado el señor Irie, tenemos una agencia meteorológica de Japón y la agencia meteorológica está utilizando nuestra tecnología NEC para recibir las informaciones y hacer análisis. Por ejemplo, o llegan las informaciones de desastre natural, llega a la agencia y, bueno, utilizando la agencia utilizando nuestra tecnología hace análisis y envía la alerta temprana a la población. Siguiente, por favor. Y bueno, ahora veo, muchas gracias, sí. Y uno anterior, por favor. Cuando emite, eso, sí, ahí. Cuando ocurre un sismo, emite dos tipos de onda primaria y secundaria. Y dicen que onda primaria avanza 7 kilómetros por segundo y onda secundaria avanza 4 kilómetros por segundo. Hay diferencia de la velocidad. Así que aprovechando esta velocidad, eh, diferencia de velocidad. Onda primaria trae un impacto leve, un sacudimiento leve. Y después la onda secundaria, eso sí trae un gran impacto. Así que colocando los sensores, cuando el sensor detecta onda primaria, nuestro sistema inmediatamente desde la información de onda primaria estima dónde está el epicentro, magnitud, longitud, latitud del epicentro y también intensidad sísmica que voy a comentar después. Siguiente, por favor. Bueno, esta lámina es lo que he comentado la Agencia Meteorológica de Japón. Ahí llega todas las informaciones de desastre por fenómeno natural. Sismo, tsunami, erupción de volcán, la lluvia torrencial y otros muchos desastres. Y agencia, utilizando nuestra tecnología, analiza y si hay un peligro, avisa a la población utilizando radio, teléfono, televisión o sirena. Nosotros estamos, NEC ofrece a la agencia, al gobierno, solo la tecnología de análisis de desastre natural. Y después va a hablar la compañía KDDI y ellos avisa a teléfono celular. En Japón estamos trabajando juntos. Siguiente, por favor. Y cuando hay un sismo a la izquierda se ve una pantalla, eso es una bueno, pantalla de nuestro sistema. Cuando ocurre un sismo, inmediatamente se puede visualizar esta pantalla. Ahí se ve círculo azul y rojo. Círculo azul y es onda primaria y rojo es secundaria. Se propaga, se puede visualizar la propagación de onda sísmica y se puede colocar las ciudades, por ejemplo, Santiago, Concepción, y ahí se puede colocar las ciudades y ahí se puede ver la estimación de la intensidad sísmica y cuántos segundos tengo hasta que llegue onda secundaria que trae el impacto y magnitud, longitud, latitud y se puede ver. Eso es, así trabaja nuestro sistema. Y a la derecha, eso es la captura de pantalla real de cuando hubo un gran terremoto noroeste de Japón en el año 2011. Se puede visualizar esta pantalla inmediatamente cuando ocurre un sismo, así que eso es obviamente no es para público, diría como un uso interno para el gobierno de ese país. Cuando ocurre un megasismo, se colapsa todo, el internet, teléfono, radio, no va a haber ninguna medio de comunicación. Pero los tomadores de decisión tienen que tomar la decisión rápidamente, sin tener muchas informaciones. Pero si tiene esta información, si puede visualizar esta información, esta información apoya a los tomadores de decisión. Por ejemplo, ahí se ve un cruz negro chiquitito en el mar. Está lejos del epicentro, pero sur de esta mapa se ve la zona que tiene color rojo. Eso significa que va a tener un impacto fuerte. Así que los tomadores de decisión se puede enviar equipo de rescate rápidamente a esa zona. Y así apoya a los tomadores de decisión. Siguiente, por favor. Para nosotros es más importante la intensidad sísmica que la magnitud. ¿Por qué? Porque me dice, se ha producido un terremoto de magnitud 5 a 30 kilómetros de distancia. Eso no entiendo muy bien qué tengo que hacer y qué es magnitud 5, cómo es. Pero si me dice en 5 segundos llegará un movimiento sísmico con intensidad 5. Si me dice eso, ahí yo entiendo, por ejemplo, intensidad 5, después voy a mostrar en escala japonesa, intensidad 5 es, se empieza a caerse los muebles. 5 segundos. Parece poco, pero podemos alejarnos del mueble o alejarme de la ventana, del vidrio o esconderme debajo de la mesa. Parece muy poco, pero con 5 segundos o 4 segundos se puede hacer muchas cosas. Y ahí ya podemos, también esa información se puede utilizar para el simulacro. Por ejemplo, en Japón, en colegio, tenemos esa sensibilización. Entonces, cuando escucha ese sonido de alerta, bueno, quizá ustedes tienen 3 segundos o 4 segundos y usted tiene que meterse en la mesa, debajo de la mesa, así. Desde cuando éramos pequeños tenemos esa sensibilización. Así que cuando ocurre de verdad un sismo y cuando escuchamos el sonido, actuamos muy rápido. Así que el sistema de alerta temprana nuestra y con la educación de simulacro está muy ligado. Siguiente, por favor. Y aquí viene la intensidad sísmica. A la derecha hay una escala japonesa de intensidad sísmica de 0 a 7. Entonces, los japoneses cuando escuchan intensidad sísmica 5 ya saben qué va a pasar. O 7 ya saben qué va a pasar. Así que con esto o la idea de intensidad sísmica nosotros nos movemos. Y bueno. Para en Latinoamérica, ustedes están utilizando la escala de Mercalli. Así que, bueno, se puede convertir nuestro sistema en vez de, bueno, hemos visto la pantalla que aparece intensidad sísmica de Japón, pero eso podemos configurar y para que aparezca intensidad sísmica de Mercalli. Y el impacto de onda secundaria tiene mucho que ver con el tipo de suelo blando o duro. Con ese, el tipo de suelo va a cambiar mucho la intensidad sísmica. Así que si un país cuenta con esas informaciones, podemos utilizar esas informaciones. Metemos dentro de nuestro sistema y el sistema aumenta la precisión. Y así como una ropa a la medida de ese país. Así se puede entregar a ese país, ¿no? Y seguir configurando para aumentar más precisiones. Siguiente, por favor. Y nuestra alerta temprana, bueno, hace poco inició nuestra alerta temprana. En 1995 se ve la foto, hubo un gran sismo y después agencia se dio cuenta de la necesidad de alerta temprana en Japón y desarrollamos nosotros NEC, la alerta temprana y entregamos al gobierno. Desafortunadamente hay muchos megasismos en Japón y cuando hay un megasismo ya pasa el umbral de como nuestro sistema, ¿no? No imaginábamos tan grande sismo, no imaginábamos así que actualizamos nuestro sistema que sea más robusto y otra vez, bueno. Afortunadamente, entre comillas, actualizamos nuestro sistema y ya casi inmediatamente se puede probar nuestro sistema. Así que cada vez más, cada año más, podemos actualizar nuestro sistema y creo que este sistema no es común. Se puede probar varias veces como un sismo real. Ya han probado nuestro sistema y han actualizado. Así que tenemos varias experiencias y también actualización del sistema. También nos sufrimos por falsa alarma, falsa positiva. Así que tenemos varias experiencias, así que quisiéramos compartir con nuestro la tecnología o experiencia acumulada con otros países fuera de Japón. Y así, bueno, cada país, por ejemplo, en Latinoamérica, en Caribe, hay muchos países que tienen propensa a peligro sísmico. Así que también ellos tienen lección aprendida, también nosotros tenemos lección aprendida. Así que combinación de nuestra lección aprendida, ahí nuestra lección va a ser doble o triple. Así que quisiéramos trabajar con ustedes en el futuro cercano para antes de pasar un gran megacismo como nosotros, y ahí bueno, no podemos evitar, ¿no? Pero al menos podemos preparar. Así que este trabajo, intercambio de experiencia y conocimiento, o quisiéramos ser más fuerte y más preparada ante el riesgo natural. Siguiente, por favor. Y después, bueno, introduciendo nuestro sistema, ese es fuera de nuestro servicio, pero podemos crear, bueno, en Japón hay mucho software para, por ejemplo, cuando hay un megasismo, detiene automáticamente tren. Por ejemplo, también tenemos tren bala que corre 300 kilómetros por hora, detiene automáticamente, o la línea de producción, y para minimizar el daño económico, ¿no? También abrir la puerta de la estación de bombero para que puedan salir rápidamente cuando hay un sismo. O después de haber un sismo, después de colapsar los edificios, siempre hay una fuga de gas o electricidad. Por esa fuga va a haber un incendio grande, y ahí se muere más gente, más daño económico. Pero si tenemos un software y se puede detener el fuga de gas o electricidad, se puede detener el incendio. Y así trabajamos nosotros para que sea el daño económico, o que sea menos, y también para salvar la vida de la gente. Y ya estamos trabajando en Japón, así que si un país fuera de Japón introduce nuestro sistema, ya puede venir otras compañías para apoyar, por ejemplo, para detener el metro o detener el fuga de gas o electricidad. Así, con todos nosotros, equipo japonés, podemos trabajar con ustedes para poder contribuir a la necesidad de ese país. Siguiente, por favor. Bueno, con esto sí quisiera terminar mi presentación. Muchas gracias y disculpa por la problema técnica, sí, y gracias por su paciencia.
Le agradecemos al señor Toeda. Now we would like to give the floor to Mr. Ihima Takahiro from KEI Company.
Good morning, everyone. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can see your presentation.
Okay, let me start my presentation. My name is Ijima. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend the venue this time, but I appreciate the opportunity to introduce our company's initiatives to everyone online. I look forward to engaging with all of you by exchanging valuable insights. Now, please allow me to begin my presentation. First, let me introduce our company. KDDI is a leading Japanese telecommunication company utilizing advanced technologies. Founded in 1948, KDDI has built a strong reputation for network quality and innovation. In 2025, we achieved three number one rankings in the OpenSignal 5G experience. Our 5G experience awards across 6 categories. Today, we operate MNO business in Japan, Mongolia, and Myanmar. Our business domains include mobile network operations, enterprise solutions, and data center services. Let me introduce the main topic of this presentation. Early Warnings for All is a global initiative led by the United Nations. The goal is to ensure that all people are protected by early warning systems by 2027. This initiative consists of 4 pillars. Pillar 1, risk knowledge. Pillar 2, hazard monitoring. And Pillar 3, warning and alerts. And Pillar 4, preparedness and response. Today, we will mainly focus on Pillar 3, warning and alerts, which is often undeveloped. Next, I will explain Cell Broadcast Service, or CBS. CBS is one of the key technologies used in early warning systems. It enables rapid delivery of disaster alerts such as earthquake or tsunami warning to specific geographic areas. Dedicated equipment is installed between government disaster management systems and mobile networks. When a message is received, it automatically appears on smartphone screen with an alert sound. By tapping the message, a user can immediately view detailed information. In early warning system, notification methods include CBS, SMS, and dedicated applications. This table compares these three notification methods in terms of immediacy, visibility, and operability. Our key message is CBS is the most reliable method. CBS provides highly reliable delivery even during network congestion and enables simultaneous message distribution across wide areas. SMS and mobile applications are alternative methods. However, they have limitations. SMS may experience delays during network congestion, and applications require prior installation and active configuration. Early warning systems are a cost-effective investment that protect lives, infrastructure, and national economics. According to analysts by the United Nations and WMO, early warning systems can reduce disaster-related damage by approximately 1/6 on average. This represents a significant contribution to protect citizens' lives and property. Let us take a look at how the earthquake early warning system is actually operated in Japan. In Japan, earthquake alerts are generated automatically. First, regarding to the requesting process, please look at the left side. These alerts are issued by the Japan Meteorological Agency, JMA. When a large-scale earthquake occurs, the expected intensity of shaking is estimated and divided by geographic area. Emergency alerts are then issued to the regions where the predicted shaking exceeds the predefined threshold. Next, regarding message on the right side, immediately after the earthquake occurs, the Japan Meteorological Agency issues warning information. This warning information is delivered through cell broadcast service and mobile network, and it is broadcast to smartphone located within the affected areas. Next, this slide shows the process in more detailed steps. The key points are once the earthquake reaches a certain threshold, alerts are issued automatically without manual operation. And that's by using CBS, warning can be delivered regardless of network conditions. Finally, KDDI support demonstration experience in your country. KDDI offers opportunity for POC, proof of concept, to government who are interested in CBS implementation. This 12-week timeline assures that each phase progress smoothly. We also understand that each country has different circumstances, and that some countries have already introduced EWS or similar systems. Therefore, if you're interested, we would be happy to discuss how we can support you in implementation or improving your emergency warning capabilities. Although we were not able to introduce in this presentation, we have already conducted successful POC implementations in other countries. If you have any questions or interest, please feel free to contact us. Finally, I would like to display our contact information and conclude my presentation. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Ihima, for your presentation. Now we will open the floor in case anyone has any question for the people that has presented or people in the panel. Si alguien desea realizar una pregunta en español, también existe la posibilidad y podemos hacer la traducción. Si es que alguien desea hacer una pregunta, ahora podrían. Sí, por favor.
¿Spanish? Ok.
Como prefiera.
Mi nombre es Pedro Garrigos, jefe de la Oficina de Emergencia del Servicio Nacional de Geología y Minería. Mucho gusto, señor embajador, su delegación. Nos acompaña nuestro jefe de la Oficina de Coordinación del Servicio Nacional de Geología y Minería y el jefe de la Red de Vigilancia Volcánica. El año pasado recibimos a la empresa NEC en nuestras oficinas y se nos presentó la propuesta de mejora tecnológica comunicacional que tiene NEC para sistemas de alerta temprana. Pero la consulta que tenemos nosotros como organismo técnico correspondemos a un sistema. En Chile existe un Sistema Nacional de Prevención y Respuesta ante Desastres, Y por más que nuestra institución quisiera adoptar alguna de estas tecnologías, entendemos que son soluciones de nivel país. Entonces, la pregunta para NEC es saber si de la visita o la gira que se hizo el año pasado, ellos lograron establecer contacto con el Ministerio del Interior, que debería ser quien toma ese tipo de decisiones para una implementación a nivel más escalonado a nivel nacional, y que los servicios nosotros nos acopláramos a esa tecnología a posteriori, porque para un servicio es muy difícil llegar a una inversión de esa magnitud y características, principalmente a que nosotros vemos solamente una variable, a diferencia del servicio meteorológico japonés que ve múltiples variables. Entonces somos muchos servicios que monitoreamos diferentes amenazas. Esa consulta, estimado. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias por su pregunta. Bueno, ahora, primera parte no escuché muy bien. Usted ha mencionado sobre la alerta de volcán, erupción de volcán, dijo.
Consulta general de cómo se podría implementar este tipo de tecnología.
Disculpa, no pude. Primero, no escuché la última parte bien, pero la tecnología en general escuché, bueno, hablando, no sé si puedo responder todo, pero primero nosotros, NEC, estamos pensando eh, introducir la tecnología, o sea, ofrecer la tecnología del sismo. Ahora estamos trabajando con la tecnología del sismo, porque hay muchos institutos geofísicos, bueno, cada país tiene instituto geofísico y ellos ven sismo y también volcán, y hay en algunos otros países ve otros fenómenos naturales. Así que primero ofreciendo el sismo, y si empezando con el sismo y teniendo la relación con los encargados, ahí primera fase del sismo y después segundo la erupción de volcán, o por ejemplo el tsunami tiene mucho que ver con el- eh, la, la tecnología del sismo. Si aumenta el sistema de precisión de la detección de sismo, también después aumenta, tiene mucho que ver con la tecnología de tsunami. Así que la simulación de tsunami, el daño de tsunami aumenta. Así como la primera fase, quisiéramos ofrecer primero la tecnología del sismo.
Sí, quizás me faltó comentar que, como bien señala el colega Denek, justamente él mencionó tres amenazas: sismo, tsunami y volcanes. Y en Chile lo manejan tres agencias diferentes. Entonces, por eso era la aclaratoria. Esto debería ir, no sé si hay algún colega de Senapreta acá presente, pero debería ir una tecnología implementada a interior, y que interior sea quien haga el despacho de la alerta temprana a la ciudadanía, como rol de coordinador del sistema. En el caso nuestro, como organismo, nosotros le reportamos a Senapred primero, y ellos activan el sistema a nivel nacional. Esa aclaratoria quería realizar. Muchas gracias.
Sí, gracias. Ahora sí entendí su pregunta. Sí, sí. Bueno, en Chile, sí, volcán es volcán, y sí, sismo es sismo. También tsunami es sí, otro centro está mirando. Sí, también para nosotros tenemos esa dificultad, ¿no? Por ejemplo, en Japón solamente estas los riesgos naturales ve Agencia Meteorológica de Japón, una sola. Así que para nosotros es muy fácil llevar todo, pero en el caso de Chile está tres, cada organismo se encarga de un desastre natural. Así que sí, esa dificultad tenemos, pero bueno, quisiéramos empezar de la tecnología del sismo primero. Sí.
If we don't have more questions in the room, on behalf of ECLAC and the Embassy of Japan in Chile, we would like to thank all the speakers and participants for attending this event. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.